Did you know there are different types of elastic for waistbands? In this video, I'm going to show you 9 types of elastic. By the end of this video, you're going to be a pro. You're going to know the names and what they look like. So when you go to a store, no one can sell you just anything. Let's get into this. There are 3 basic types of elastic: braided, woven, and knitted. These refer to how the yarns are put together and the different methods of construction. Let's look at them more closely. The first one is called a drawcord elastic. This elastic has a built-in drawcord. These are the drawstrings. It's designed to be sewn into a casing, similar to how traditional elastic is used. The drawstring can be pulled through a buttonhole or an opening in the casing to be accessible. You can make a knot or you can put a cord end stopper to make it look nice. The second type is called a braided elastic. This elastic has lengthwise parallel ridges. As you can see, it stretches a lot and it gets narrow. If you sew over it, it can get weak, which is why it works best when it's used inside a fabric casing rather than sewn directly onto fabric. It also rolls more easily than woven or knitted elastic, which can be annoying. The third type is called a knit non-roll elastic. This one will not roll around inside the casing. There are 2 types of knitted elastic: knit non-roll elastic and knit elastic. I'm going to put my 2 fingers here and I'm going to try to bend it. Do you see that? I'm going to do it again. Do you see how stiff it is? Non-roll means it will not flip over in the casing, and that's what we want. We want it to stay in place and not roll around, especially if we're not stitching on top of it. This one is a little bit stronger than a knitted elastic. This one is the knitted elastic. This is the one people use the most for elastic waistbands. Some people use this one, not knowing there are 2 different types of knitted elastic. As you can see, it's very soft, and if I bend it, it will bend fast. That means that if you don't stitch on top of it, it might bend and flip around inside the casing. Usually, when I use a non-roll, I just make a casing and then I put the elastic inside. But for the knitted elastic, I would sew around 3 stitch lines so it doesn't flip around inside. It also makes the waistband look nice with the stitches. The 4th type is called a non-roll elastic. This one is a woven non-roll. It's usually the firmest from the 3 basic elastic types, which are knit, braided, and woven. It doesn't narrow when stretched, nor does it extend the length while stretching. You can sew it on the fabric or in the casing. Since this is very firm, I don't generally cut this elastic with much negative ease because it doesn't stretch a lot. For a waistband, I would cut the elastic to the body measurements where the waist hits, nothing less. This is suitable for medium to heavyweight fabrics such as denim. The 5th one is called sports elastic, also known as knit sport elastic or multi-channel elastic. It's a soft, flexible elastic material that's used for sportswear, pajamas, boxer shorts, and casual wear for comfortable and unrestricted movement. It typically features 4 distinct horizontal channels that allows it to be stitched directly to the fabric. It comes in 1 1/4 inch and 1 1/2 inch width. This elastic does not roll or twist when stretched. It's made of polyester and rubber. Unlike some elastics that require a casing, sports elastic has channels for easy stitching directly on the fabric. The 6th type is called a ribbed non-roll elastic. It's a woven elastic that has a ribbed texture and non-rolling or twisting properties. It's designed to maintain its width when stretched and is commonly used in waistbands of pants, skirts, shorts, and other garments, as well as in cuffs and other areas where a firm shaped retaining elastic is needed. As you can see, it doesn't stretch much. You can use this for heavier fabrics in situations where a secure fit is desired. The 7th one is called a buttonhole elastic. This type of elastic is designed with pre-made buttonholes along its length. These buttonholes allow for adjustable waistbands, making it ideal for children's clothing, maternity wear, or any garment where a customizable fit is desired. Unlike regular elastic, which needs to be sewn onto the fabric, buttonhole elastic is simply fed through the casing and secured with buttons. The 8th type is called a gripper cycling elastic. This has a silicone strip or rubberized threads integrated into the cycling apparel. It's usually at the hem of the cycling shorts or the waist of jerseys, designed to prevent the riding up or sliding down during rides. The 9th one is called the metallic waistband elastic. This is a woven elastic that doesn't narrow as it stretches. This elastic is meant to be seen on waistbands of skirts, shorts, dresses, and also suitable for decorative belts, straps, and other DIY craft projects where a touch of glamour is desired. There are also waistbands that come in different styles and different colors. These waistbands are meant to be seen. I like to use bright colors on skirts. So these are the 9 types of elastic for waistbands. Now I'm going to show you 4 types of elastic that you can use for other projects. Number 1 is called a non-slip silicone gripper elastic. This elastic is sewn on top of strapless garments. The silicone on the elastic grips on the skin so that the strapless garment doesn't slip down when you're moving around. Number 2 is called a fold-over elastic. This is used to finish and bind raw edges of fabric, especially on stretchy garments. You can use it to bind necklines, armholes, and leg openings. You can also use it for lingerie, athletic wear, or even craft projects. It creates a clean, professional-looking edge, especially when it's used with a zigzag or stretch stitch. Number 3 is called cotton swimwear elastic. It's a blend of cotton and rubber. It's primarily used in swimwear and other lightweight garments to provide stretch and shape retention. It's designed to withstand the effects of chlorine, salt water, and suntan oils, unlike regular elastic. It makes it ideal for waistbands, leg openings, and other areas of swimsuits that need to be comfortable and durable. Number 4 is called a rubber swimwear elastic. This is a specialized type of elastic designed for swimwear and activewear. It's crafted to resist saltwater and chlorinated environments and ensures lasting support despite repeated exposure to water. So did you learn something from this video? If you did, then please give this video a like so it can help other creators in their learning journey. And if you want to learn how to make this circle skirt, then click or tap on the screen right here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to practice, practice, practice. Bye, everybody.